Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you until probably about 5 o'clock. I'll probably be here till about 5 o'clock. 513 717 5464. That's the number to get on board. 513 717 5464. That's the number to get on board. Of course, you can, give me a call. Give a few people a couple minutes to get in here. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody's doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Hold on. Jerica says, hold up, Jerica. Sorry, these keys off my belt. Put my phone on silent. Checking in, Regina. Good afternoon. And if y'all don't mind telling me where you're checking in from, just so I have an idea of who I'm talking to, as if it really matters from that perspective. I just want to know. Anthony's checking in from Westwood. Anthony's checking in from. I don't know why it made me laugh, Anthony, seeing you there, because that made me think of something that I need to share with y'all a little later on in the show. Something that I need to share with you a little later in the show. Sean, so you checking in from Atlanta. Jerica checking in from Dayton. We got Regina checking in from Madisonville. Kenneth, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Daryl. Good afternoon, Daryl. Everybody, come on in. Come on in. Check in with me. I appreciate y'all for being here, for the support. You just want to know. I am a little concerned, but hopefully he don't know where I live. Otherwise, I could see him standing out there. It'd be 3 o'clock in the morning. Look out! There's a dude out there with a camera. You said people could stand on the street and take pictures. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Why you outside my house? Olympia. She says, happy Friday to all from Westchester. All right. Quintano, let's get to experimenting. Yeah, I'm not going to do hellos for too long. I was watching the show, because I don't typically watch them back. I'll glance at them to see what changes I need to make, aesthetically. But I was watching the show, and I was like, I spent about 15 minutes saying hi to people. And if I was watching that show, I'd have turned off. I don't want to watch you say hi to people, talk about something. So, yeah, I'm just giving a few minutes. What voice was that? I don't know. I have no idea what voice that was. But I'm going to give it just a couple more minutes, let a few more people get in here, and then I'm going to get right to it. Kenneth Jones checking in with his Bible. Oh, that was funny. We got Nat in the house. From Madisonville. We're just giving it a couple more minutes. I hope everybody's Friday's going good. And what you got planned for the weekend? Any big plans for the weekend? I know some of y'all be watching the football game. And I'm not against you watching the football game. You shouldn't be. But I'm not against you doing it. But any big plans for the weekend? I don't really have anything planned this weekend. I got the gym all cleaned up, all ready to go. Got the weights out. In the next few weeks, I'm not in the mood right now. I had to get in the mood. In the next few weeks, hold on, my little what do you call these? What are these called? The little strings, I don't know, whatever, they weren't even. That was bothering me. In the next few weeks, I will be beginning to work out at home. In the next few weeks, I got everything together. I got it all cleaned up. I got it all organized. I got to get my audio together down here for my surround sound. Really, I'm kind of waiting on that, and to get in the mood. I have to be in the mood when I start working. And once I start, I'm consistent. But getting started, I got to be in the right mood. And I'm not there yet. In the next couple weeks, it'll happen. Ross Freeman says, what's up? What's up, Mr. Freeman? What's up? All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Of course, most people, Sierra says, happy Friday from Boston. Snowy Boston. Oh, it was a little snow. We had some flurries here. Some snow flurries here. I'm ready for the snow, though. I hope, I'd rather not have it. I'm a person who likes snow. But at this point, it's almost February. I'd rather not have it. Give me some snow in November and December and January. Come February, in my mind, I'm ready for it to start warming up. And especially since we had, a nice little 62-degree day yesterday. I was like, spring? You out there somewhere? Come on. So, yeah, I'm ready for spring now. Get to all of these projects. I'm not about to become a baby hoe, but I am. I got some aches and pains. And the last time that I was working out, I had some chronic aches and pains. And after probably about 6 months of working out, I felt much better. Some of those aches and pains went away and never came back. Like I had a serious shoulder problem in this shoulder, and this shoulder was kind of bad. This shoulder had been hurting me for like a year and a half. I couldn't do a pull-up. It hurt too bad. I couldn't even hang on the bar. It just hurt too bad. So once I started to working out, eventually it got better. And now, it's back to normal. They don't hurt anymore. But now my back, my hip, and my knees are hurting. I think once I start working out, I'll be okay. I think I'll be okay. Dwayne says, hello from Mount Airy. Now, I think a lot of us, we've heard the story. Somebody asked me about it yesterday, the video of the officer punching the woman in the face. The officer who punched the woman in the face. I'd heard the story. The story, as I understand it, is she just wanted some extra cheese. She just wanted some extra cheese. Somebody didn't do something right. It turned into a big ordeal. Police were called. And next thing you know, this woman is out in the parking lot getting socked in the face. Now, I've had conversations about this before. I've had conversations about law enforcement socking people in the face as a tactic to get them under control. And it just seems like the strangest tactic to me. I don't understand it. But that's what they do. And they'll tell you, no, nobody trains us to punch people in the face. Nobody trains us to punch people in the face. But it seemed like y'all all go to punch them in the face. He turn around. They won't turn around, sock him in the face. Sit down. He won't sit down, sock him in the face. Stop talking. He won't stop talking, sock him in the face. Now, that won't work for normal people. If I'm out there having a debate with somebody, y'all know I get into disagreements. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of talking about this. Just stop talking. And they won't stop talking, so I just start socking them in the face. That's a crime. I can't just start socking people in the face. It's against the law. It shouldn't be legal for police officers to do it either. Well, but they get some extra privileges and all of that kind of stuff. Anyway, I was watching the video. From the perspective of McDonald's. Y'all wrong. I don't care what the situation is. Y'all wrong. Every way that I tried to look at it, y'all wrong. If the woman wanted, it just seems so ridiculous. Like, and I'm not even trying to make light of it. It's not funny. But the fact that all of this happened over extra cheese, allegedly, extra cheese. All of this is allegedly, of course, I wasn't there. I didn't see everything that went down. But all of this over extra cheese. I know some of y'all arguing, well, he shouldn't have been there getting McDonald's anyway. Shouldn't be eating that cheese, cheese substitute. Okay, all right, okay. You can feel that way. But if I go to my favorite fast dining establishment and order a burger with some extra cheese, I shouldn't end up trespassed, socked in the face, and arrested. I should just pay that extra, what is it, 50 cents for some extra cheese? It's 50 cents for a slice of cheese. I don't actually know what it is. But whatever it is, for one slice of cheese, it's too much. It's too much. If you like extra cheese, take you some extra cheese with you to McDonald's. Just get the regular burger and put a piece of cheese on there. Wait till you get home. Go to the refrigerator, pull out a piece of cheese, put it on there. You're paying 50 cents for a piece of cheese. Crystal says, what happened at McDonald's? I'm beating around the bush. Let me tell you, Crystal. Crystal, here's what happened. Allegedly, a woman walked into McDonald's. A woman ordered, I don't know exactly what she ordered, but whatever burger she ordered extra cheese on it, allegedly. She got her food. They didn't have the extra cheese on it. I guess what she asked for the manager. Somehow the cook came from behind the thing. He takes pride in his work. He takes pride in his work. You didn't be criticizing my burgers. You know, extra cheese. Some stuff happened. I don't have all of but some stuff happened. Police were called. McDonald's wanted to trespass the lady because she wanted her cheese. She just wanted her meal the way she ordered it, allegedly. The police come. They are in the parking lot. They're talking to her, and all hell breaks loose. And I'm going to show you what happened in the parking lot. I'm not going to tell you. My mama used to tell me all the time, I can show you better than I can tell you. That never ended well. But it'll end well for you, because I'm not going to do nothing to you like my mama used to do. All right, let's see. Go there. In the parking lot, these two officers from Butler Township Police, they confront this woman and they gonna tase her. That was him punching her in her face. There's another angle. You'll see it. All right. So that was one angle. As you can see, there's a different angle. So you'll see what happened. But I bet they feel like big men now. I always wonder when I see videos and stuff like this. People are like, sometimes people are trying to explain to them and tell them like, hey, what you did was wrong and so on and so forth. And people are trying to explain to them and, how you going to sleep tonight? And they sleep like babies. They walk away from these incidents feeling like, hey, we really handled that. I bet she won't resist again. Got to do what you got to do. I got to go home tonight. I got kids waiting for me at home. I got to make it home. She shouldn't have been running her mouth. You know what I'm saying? That there's no part of them that thinks, oh, I might have went too far. Oh, I shouldn't have socked that lady in the face. I was wrong. I feel like a tyrant. You know what I'm saying? No part of them feel that way ever. I've watched body cam video of the aftermath of these, and I've never heard an officer say, I can't say that it's never happened, but in none of the body cam video that I've ever seen, did I hear an officer say, I feel so bad for what I did to her. Hey, Johnson, did I go overboard? Hey, Simmons, you went a little far. We didn't have to punch that lady. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen that conversation happen, ever. So I bet they felt like big men, like, yeah, we handled her. We handled her. And then they all, pumped up, probably waiting for somebody else. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm just now feeling the effects on my fist. I want to sock somebody else. All right. Well, here's the second angle of that same video.
What are you punching her for?
We do not specifically train to punch in the face unless it's a defensive tactic in order for the officer to have some type of defense to themselves.
Okay, hold on. I gotta go back to that. Because I don't believe this guy. I think he's a liar. We see it way too much for them to not have trained these people to do that. We see it way too much for them to not train to do that.
Do not specifically train to punch in the face unless it's a defensive tactic in order for the officer to have some type of defense.
Just curious, how many people believe that? How many people believe that law enforcement at the academy, they do not specifically train to punch in the face unless it's a defensive tactic? Anybody believe that? Anybody? Diane? Renita? Miss Pittsburgh? Ross? Bueller? I don't believe it. They specifically train them. If somebody ain't doing what you say do, sock their ass in the face. They specifically train them. You can never convince me that that doesn't happen. But there's more to the video. There's more to the video.
To themselves. I'm not going to comment on the appropriateness until the entire investigation is completed.
He's not going to comment on the appropriateness until the entire investigation is completed. I always ask this question. Why don't they have the same mentality when it's not them in trouble? Why don't they have this thing? Like, look, I know what I saw in the video, but I'm not going to comment on the appropriateness of anybody's actions until the total investigation is done. How many times do we see them show us a body cam video of somebody and then say, well, you can see right there in the video what that guy did was totally inappropriate and our officers were justified in doing whatever. They don't say, well, okay, I'm not going to comment about whether or not anything is justified until the whole investigation is over. Now, they show you the video to justify their actions. When it's them, whoa. Who am I to comment on the appropriateness of what happened in that video? The investigation is not over. Everybody just withhold judgment until the entire investigation is over. When it's you, when it's me, when it's your grandchild. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because somebody got mad at me because I basically say the same thing to them. What if it was your grandchild? And they hate me to this day. But when it's you, when it's me, when it's your grandchild, they not, well, let's wait till the entire investigation is over. They've already determined that person was wrong and our actions were justified.
Well, one, I'm glad that I'm able to be here, to be honest, to tell my side of the story. I don't want people to feel like I'm complaining for a piece of cheese. The message behind everything is misconstrued. When I realized that I wasn't going to get the sandwich that I paid for, I repeatedly asked this lady, if you do not like your job, then you shouldn't have came to work today. Customer service, customers are always right. If we weren't, they wouldn't have made it a slogan.
Well, okay, I don't know about that part, but she said it wasn't just all over a piece of cheese. Not for her. Not for her. I don't necessarily agree customers always right, but they shouldn't be punched in the face. You shouldn't get punched in the face. LaDonna says, where was this? This was in Butler Township, which is, like just outside of Dayton, like a suburb of Dayton. But she got punched in the face. I don't care about the cheese. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about the cheese at all. That's not what it's about. Officers, we kind of expect them to come and de-escalate situations, but a lot of times they do just the opposite. They come and they think about how many different ways could this play out? If you're the officers, McDonald's called you. I get it. You get there, you don't know exactly what's happening. You get out to the parking lot. You show me some ID, whatever. I don't want to show you no ID. Remember, you know how they always talk about officers have discretion? You know how they always saying that? Like when an officer pulls another officer over and they're driving drunk or they're speeding and they don't give them a ticket. That, we have discretion about whether or not we can do this. Why don't they use some of that discretion to make good decisions? Some of us, not all officers would be socking her in the face over a piece of cheese. But why don't they use that? I like to think if I roll up and I'm an officer and I get there, okay, I'm hyped because I don't really know what's going on. I got to be ready for anything. I get there and I understand. I hear, McDonald's, we want to trespass her. We don't want her back in McDonald's and this McDonald's ever. Okay, I get that. Okay. What happened? She said she wanted another piece of cheese. I don't know what so just give her another piece of cheese. We're not giving her no cheese. No, ma'am, can I see your receipt? She did pay for an extra piece of cheese. We're not giving her no cheese. We want her out of here. Okay. Ma'am, you have to leave. I understand you want your cheese. I don't know what you do, but you have to leave. Well, I'm not leaving. I don't want to leave. I want my cheese. I want my this. I want my that. If I need to spend the next hour convincing this lady that it ain't worth it. It ain't worth getting arrested and whatever. This is over a piece of cheese. So from my perspective as the officer, I'm not going to arrest you over no piece of cheese. There's nothing they can do to convince me to arrest you just over a piece of cheese. Nothing. You cuss somebody out, all right. You know what I'm saying? As long as you wasn't violently attacking people, you walking away from this incident. Show me some ID. I'm not showing you no ID. See, that's where egos get involved. Oh, I say show me some ID. You gonna show me some ID. No. You gotta leave and you can't come back. You gotta leave and you can't come back. as the officer is never going to turn into a situation where I'm socking somebody in the face over some cheese. Why didn't they give her money back? Look, in terms of McDonald's, McDonald's is wrong. If, the story that we've heard is correct. In terms of McDonald's, McDonald's is wrong. No doubt. But I'm talking about the officers who's supposed to be able to come in, de-escalate a situation, and like our officers just running around like, I want to arrest somebody. I want to sock somebody in their MFing face today. I wish somebody would. Maybe I've woken up, awakened, woked it. I like woked it. I woked it up sometimes thinking, I wish somebody would. It's just one of them days. Like, oh, I wish somebody would. That's happened to me before. I'm not a police officer, though. And if I woke up in one of those moods and I was feeling that, yeah, Sarge, I'm not coming in today. You know what I'm saying? Whatever gotta happen, gotta happen. Whatever gotta happen, gotta happen. I'm not going in to punch people in the face. And again, you can easily say, I would say to myself, once I find out what's going on with the situation, like, for real, this is over some cheese? And did anybody physically attack anybody? Like, no. You sure? Nobody's hit? Nobody's hurt? No. In my mind at that point, ain't nobody going to jail today. Ain't nobody going to jail today. We gonna de-escalate and if need to, mediate something, but ain't nobody going to jail today. As long as nobody attacks anybody, ain't nobody going to jail today. And I often wonder, do police walk into situations with that mindset? But if they pulling over their buddy who was speeding, they walk in with that mindset. Like, oh, he's a police officer. Ain't nobody going to jail today. If they see their buddy socking somebody in the face, they don't lock him up. He ain't going to jail today. So why don't they have that same attitude when it comes to citizens? Again, no, this is not every police officer. Every police officer is not like this. Ben says, but honestly, I believe she could have contained herself much better as well, but that gave him no excuse to punch her. Ben, I agree with you. I agree. She could have. She could have been calm. But, here's the truth. Sometimes you find yourself in a situation where you don't walk into McDonald's thinking by the end of this order, I'm going to be in the parking lot with police demanding ID. You don't think that. By the end of this order, I'm going to be in the parking lot getting trespassed. You don't think of that. Nobody thinks that. You walk in thinking, I'm hungry. I want a sandwich. I got some money. Let me get a sandwich. Put some extra cheese on that bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's what you thinking. This gonna be a good ass sandwich with some extra cheese. Yes. Okay, you might not be as excited about it as I just portrayed it. But you know what I'm saying? When things start going wrong, you think, I'm gonna talk about it. I might fuss about it. And if not, then just give me my MF money back. I go somewhere else. You don't think I'm getting trespassed. The police are gonna come up and ask me for. So when you find yourself in that situation, it's hard to know how you're gonna react. Because you wasn't mentally prepared for that. And you shocked like, what? What? Hold on, I'm the victim. They got my money. I don't have a sandwich or no cheese. How am I the one getting in trouble? Now, damn that. Somebody gonna explain something to me. I ain't got no money. I ain't got no sandwich. I ain't got no cheese. And I got 2 officers talking about give me some ID because you trespassed. No. And then like she was kind of resigned to something like, okay, hold on. Let me just get my, I don't know what she was pointing at. I don't know what she was pointing at on the floor, on the ground. Hold on, let me see. Because at one point, before she got socked in the face, like she contained herself.
Can I leave?
Oh no, let me get it there. She contained herself. She was trying to pull it together. She was trying to pull it together. She was. And right here, she trying to pull it together. And she like, let me get my whatever. But here, what that mean is, okay. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I guess I have to put myself on the screen. What that mean is, okay. I'm translating what that means. If you don't know. Okay. Stop. Y'all win. Just let me get my whatever it is, and then I'll leave, and then I'll do what y'all asking me to do, and then I'll whatever. That's it. Okay, stop. Let me get, and then. That's what she's saying here. Hold on a second. I don't know why that keep popping over there. That's what she's saying here.
Can I leave?
See, that's what she was saying there. And I'm gonna show it to you again. She fussing. Wait a minute. She's okay. It is her shoe. Okay. All right. Let me get my shoe. All right. Hold on. Let me just get my shoe.
What do you?
That's what that means. Okay. Let me just get my shoe. And I mean, once I get my shoe, if I gotta leave, I'll leave. Once I get my shoe, whatever. So what? Okay, was she, being a little fly or whatever? Yeah, she was being a little fly. But at some point, she just wanted to get her shoe and be done with it. She just wanted to get her shoe and be done with it. And at that point, they so hyped, there wasn't nothing she could say, nothing she could do. She was getting socked in the face. She was getting socked in the face at that point. All right, hold on. And you figure, how do it get here? But that's the way things go. It's terrible. Hold on, let me see. A little update on the story. I know one of the officers, let me Google this. I don't want to give out no bad information. Officer punches woman in the face. Let me see. People.com. That's where we're going to go to. We're going to pull our information from people.com. Hold on. Let's see. Give y'all an opportunity to read along. I'm working this out. I don't have them on hotkeys yet, but I'm working this out so that y'all can see what I see and we can, kind of do this thing together. Ohio police sergeant seen on video repeatedly punching woman in the face after McDonald's dispute. An Ohio police officer has been placed on administrative leave after he was captured on video repeatedly punching a woman in the face and head during an arrest. Sergeant Todd Stanley and Officer Tim Zellers responded to a caller trespassing at a McDonald's. The customer, identified as Latinka Hancock, was upset over her food order. Upon arrival, officers encountered Hancock, who initially appears cooperative but later becomes highly agitated and refuses to identify herself after numerous attempts. In the video, both officers appear to attempt to wrestle Hancock into handcuffs over an order. As the struggle continues, one officer, identified as Stanley, it's a little gnat flying around. I don't like that. As the struggle continues, one officer, identified as Stanley, reportedly punches Hancock multiple times in the face and head. That's the story. That's the story. So what was she, a little overzealous in her defense of herself? Some of y'all would say, she was a little hood, whatever. Some people think that she might get paid from McDonald's. Maybe. I don't know that she'll get paid from the police. You want my guess? Since everybody keep asking me. My guess is the police are going to investigate themselves and determine that they haven't done anything wrong. That officer, he's on administrative leave, which means he's getting paid. He'll be quietly taken off administrative leave, and they'll determine he didn't do anything wrong. And that'll be that. Any charges, trespassing, whatever, those will be dropped. McDonald's is not going to pursue trespassing. Resisting arrest, they'll probably go ahead and drop that. Probably. It's a chance that they won't. But they probably will. But I don't think she's getting paid. If she get paid from anybody, I think it'll be from McDonald's. Just because of all of the bad PR. They'll just be like, look, settle. Just settle. If she files a lawsuit, settle. But the police will be able to say she was resisting. She was resisting. And we did what that officer did, what he felt like he had to do. That's what'll happen. And that's my guess. Because I know if I was investigating myself for socking somebody in the face, the conclusion that I would come to was that I didn't have a choice but to sock that person in the face. And then even if I did have another choice, my policies, weren't violated because I don't have a policy that specifically forbids me from socking people in the face. That's what the conclusion I would come to if I was investigating myself. And the police are investigating themselves. So that's my guess, just a guess about what's going to happen. Maybe she sues the city and the city says, look, just give her a settlement. Here's $25,000 and let that go. I hope she hasn't heard you tell people that they don't have to give police their ID. This was not one of those situations. Again, you in Ohio, here's when you have to give police your ID. When they have reasonable articulable suspicion that you have committed, are committing, or are about to commit a crime, or when they are investigating a crime. That's when you have to give your ID. In her case, it's a little bit of a gray area if the trespassing was reported, and I believe trespassing could be considered a crime. They're investigating a possible trespass, or not even necessarily possible. They're saying she's trespassing, we want her gone, and she's saying, I want my money. If they ask you to leave and you don't leave, you're trespassing. So from that perspective, they're investigating a crime, in which case, I think she has to ID. But Janice, police can't just walk up on you on the street. And this becomes my frustration, that we give up so many rights to the point that we don't have any. It becomes expected that everybody just gonna give up their rights. It becomes expected that everybody gonna give up their rights. You walking down the street minding your own business. Police come up talking about, show me some ID. You suspect me of committing a crime? Like, no. A crime happened, you investigating a crime? No, we just wanna know who you are. You ain't gotta give them your ID. That person is irritated with you. That person believes that you whatever. You don't have a crime. You don't have a crime. What crime do you suspect me of committing? I'm not giving you no ID. But most people just, what? You want some ID? Okay, here's my ID. So they've come to expect that. So now, the crime is not giving me ID because everybody else do it. You got a right not to do it. But if everybody else do it, then people just expect people to do it. Law enforcement now, everybody they've come in contact with, they said, give me some ID. They gave them ID. So they just think that's the way it's supposed to be. So then somebody asserts their rights. I don't have to give you ID. Oh, you gonna give me some ID. And so kind of de facto, we don't have rights anymore. Why? Because all y'all running around just giving up ID willy-nilly. Ben says they make laws and revise codes to get around what you're explaining. No, they don't. They don't. These are the things that, in part, the Supreme Court has said. Now, look, if they do change the law, which I guess technically they could, and then somebody will have to get arrested, and then somebody will have to challenge it. Oh, you're right. Hold on. You're right, Jason. Let me put that up. Let's edit that. Put that up there. Have to put that up there. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just telling you what it is. So if they change the law in Ohio, then, hey, look, if any police officer approaches you at any time for any reason or even no reason and asks for ID, you're required to give it to them. Then somebody had to get arrested and fight that in court, because then they'll say that's not constitutional. And then that law will end up getting changed. Dwayne says, it's not that hard to understand. You have rights. Dwayne, I agree with you, of course, but as you can see from some of the comments, people are like, hey, why are you telling people they don't have to ID? Except for under certain circumstances. Because it's true. It's true. But people believe that they do. They believe that either they do or everybody should. This is the stuff I'll be fighting, if I, which hopefully never happens, get arrested. Antonio says, you don't understand until it's being challenged in real time. I just want people to know. But that lady didn't deserve to get socked in the face. She didn't deserve to get socked in the face. Over cheese. Over cheese. Yes, over cheese, y'all. And yes, she was bugging out. She was going a little wild. Renita says, no, she didn't. He punched her like he was mad. You can't convince me that they don't train them to do that. Again, I've seen it way too much. Way too much. Like that's their move. Well, okay, that's not true. The first move, they grab that arm, they grab here, and they try to, twist it and bend it and stuff. That's move number one. But if you, somehow a little too quick for them, whatever, you pull away the right way and all that kind of stuff, they try to throw you down. That's move number two. And if they can't somehow get you down, then move number three is punch you in the face. Sock them in the face. That's move number three on the depth chart. That's their use of force continuum. Try to bend their wrist and arm back, try to slam them to the ground, punch them in the face. He was trained. You can't convince me anything else. He was trained. He did his first two. You see, they had her arm and they had it twisted behind her back. And she was moving away. That was move number one. And they couldn't get her to throw her to the ground. That was move number two. He just followed the continuum. Number three, sock her ass in the face. And that's what he did. And they don't teach them to sock you softly. It's like, on the water boy, how he told him, like, visualize. I'm messing the words up. Visualize and attack. Visualize and attack. You think of all of the people who've ever done you wrong. All of the people who ever did anything that, made you feel bad. And you take that and you channel all that aggression and sock them in the face. They might even play the water boy as a training thing. See? Anybody who did anything wrong. Anybody who did anything wrong. They show him in the background, water sucks. It really, really sucks. He's like, I love water. Sock him in the face. They train them to do that with all of the passion in the world. So that's why he was socking her like that. At some point, law enforcement has forgotten to de-escalate the situation. I'm not even sure that they train de-escalation anymore. I'm not sure that they do. Every once in a while, I'll see an officer de-escalate a situation. I'm talking about like in real life. But a lot of times they just come in hot. They come in hot. I would love to see more de-escalation. But look, I'm not at every incident where an officer is involved. Maybe it happens a lot more than I think. But typically, when I see a video or if I'm there and I see a situation happening and I'm from, a distance, I don't see officers de-escalating. I don't. But again, that don't mean that they don't. Just means I don't see it. What else? What else is going on and happened this week? It is Friday. What else happened this week? Anybody? Any other thing that you can think of happened this week you want to discuss? There was one other thing that I saw, but I don't know that y'all want to discuss that. I'm not aware of this person. But I'll get to it in a minute. Nat says, I don't think he would have punched a white woman that way. I think he would have punched a white man. I don't think he would have punched a particular type of white woman that way. And I know that sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. But I don't think he would have punched a particular type of white woman that way. I was about to say some words in sequence that it's not good. A larger white woman, not so classically physically attractive, she would have got socked in the face. Now, a little blonde hair or, maybe, brunette, but a smaller woman that society looks at as attractive, she not getting punched in the face. And right, Sierra, you're right. I agree with you. It also depends on socioeconomic status. Because a larger, unattractive, wealthy woman ain't getting punched in the face. A wealthy white guy not getting punched in the face. Not getting punched in the face. But, you know what I'm saying? One of these Beths it's a thing we used to say back in the day. It's disrespectful, but it's the only thing I can think of. I guess, no, it's not. I could have just kept saying larger women, but I was entertained by it. One of these Beths, then they would have gotten punched in the face. A poor Beth is getting punched in the face. Ross Freeman says, so you saying she wasn't attractive? Actually, right now I'm saying you have a problem comprehending and then tying that comprehension to what the person is actually saying. I am clearly not saying she wasn't attractive. She's black. We're talking about a white woman. Would a white woman have gotten punched that way? He would have punched a beautiful, short, small-framed black woman just like he punched this black woman. Let's see. So Karen from Price Hill wouldn't have had a chance. If she's a big girl, no, she'd have got socked in the face. She'd have got socked in the face. What's harsh? There's nothing harsh. What did I say that was harsh? Fame says, I've seen attractive white women get clocked in the face once by a brother after she hit him. We're talking about law. See that? Like, context matters. We're talking about law enforcement officials punching people in the face. I really don't believe this stuff be that hard. Like, this stuff don't be that hard. We're talking about law enforcement officials punching white women in the face. Now, Fame, are you telling me that you've seen an attractive white woman, rich, poor, whatever, an attractive white woman get punched in the face by the police? See, then you would have something. Why don't y'all? I don't understand why y'all can't understand this stuff. Are we talking about the ones that tuck their stomachs inside the sweatpants? I'm not getting all into that. Diane says if they looked at her as white trash, they would punch her. No, not necessarily. Not if she's attractive white trash. What they perceive as attractive. If she's attractive white trash, she's not getting punched. It's not going to happen. Or at least I've never seen it. Have any of y'all ever seen it? Any of y'all saw where there was an attractive white woman resisting and the police start socking her in the face? It's different. Different people get treated different ways by law enforcement. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. I still remember that the judge that told a woman she was too pretty to go to jail after having sex with a minor. I remember that as well. Is it Wiggins? I only seen drug head whites being mistreated by police. Sierra says no, because the situation probably would escalate to arrest. LaDonna said, I just don't believe they would sock the white person like that, period. Well, I've seen law enforcement sock white men, regular working class white men who were, I'm going to say resisting, even though I'm going to take back resisting, who were not doing exactly what they were telling them to do, even though their orders were not necessarily legal orders. So I've seen that. I've seen white men get it. Again, working class white men, never, kind of wealthy white men. And I've seen, I really have to think. I don't know that I've seen it. When I think about it, I don't know that I've seen it happen to a white person. I can't click on the link that you sent me. This program doesn't allow me to click on links. If I could, I would, Fame. But I can't click the link. Ross says, remember the police punked you out at the rally? No, they didn't. And even if they did, what that got to do with what we talking about? See, that's that stalker alert. Like, you know what I'm saying? You were making half decent comments and you shifting now back into stalker mode. You shifting back into stalker mode. Oh, I don't really have anything to say about what he's talking about. So let me just say something. And it's like, you could just not comment until you actually have something to say with regard to the conversation or something that we're talking about. You know that's possible, right? Um, but yeah, no, I think I kind of agree. I think I kind of agree. Oh, now you have to. You didn't stand up for your rights. Yes, I did. I stood there, stood up for my rights. Then I got a sergeant, and the sergeant made the officer relent and back down. What do you perceive standing up for your rights to be? What, I should have socked the police in the face? Is that what you're thinking? When he said you can't stand there, I should have ran over and socked him in the face. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. That's not standing up for your rights. I stood and I said, this ain't right. This ain't fair. I'm being treated differently than the white media. This is unacceptable. And I explained to them, this is what these people are protesting about. And while the chief is in the front taking a knee, y'all in the back discriminating against somebody based on race. I need to talk to a sergeant. I need to talk to somebody in charge because my rights are being violated and I'm not going to take it. The sergeant came. The sergeant said, all right, let me see, whatever. Hey, you got every right to be here just like they do. Go ahead. I don't know what you perceive as standing up for your rights. And again, what do that have to do with what we're talking about? You can copy and paste the link to YouTube. Cam, I'm telling you that I can't. The system that I'm using doesn't allow me to click on the comments. If I click on a comment, the only thing that it does is puts it up there for y'all to see. I can't go inside the comments and click on the link. I can't highlight it to copy it. The system that I'm using doesn't allow me to do that. I know everybody think they know what I'm working with here better than I do, but no, I can't. Let's see. Oh, you trying to? I'm sorry. I don't even have to think. Hold on. Let me pull up the call screening thing. I apologize. I don't have the call screening, the call thing up. All right. Sorry. Somebody said they was calling and it went to voicemail. You can call now. 513-717-5464. 513-717-5464. That is the number to get on board. I do apologize for that. Let me see. Let's go. We got Anthony. Let me make sure this is all set up correctly.
What's
Anthony,
going on, man?
how you doing?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right, brother.
Can you hear
How
me?
you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
All right. I got you. Yeah.
Go
You
ahead.
here?
I don't understand
Oh, okay.
why we have a delay apparently, and I don't know
Yeah.
why, but go ahead.
All right. A little bit, off the topic. I put in the chat, I wondered if you had discussed anything about the Dieter's office holding about 4,000 documents as far
No,
as that brother who got that new case,
no, I
who
did
got
not.
out on bail.
Tell me about it.
Oh, well, it was a brother. He was in jail. I forgot how long he'd been in, but apparently he petitioned for a new trial, and the judge gave him one due to the fact that 4,000 pieces of evidence were withheld from the defense and a couple other things. So, yeah, and, just wondering if anybody's going to be looking into that any other cases, or just had wondered if you had heard about it because you never said anything to my knowledge.
I didn't hear about it, but I'll look it up.
Okay, that's all. Well, and one more thing, what's going on with the gun club, man? You slow.
No, you're right. I am slow on this, but I'm talking to some because look, when you're talking about a gun club, what if we do the gun club and some maniac come to the gun club? Let's just call him Ross, for example. Just the name out of nowhere. Some maniac comes to the gun club and shoot up the place. Who gonna be responsible for that? Oh, well, you the one who organized it, so now you have some level of responsibility. No, I need to talk to lawyers. I need to make sure that we figure out a way that I'm not necessarily responsible if something bad happens. I can't, I guess I could just be like, hey, everybody with guns, meet me at so-and-so and so. But then again, if something go wrong, people gonna be, oh, you the one said for everybody. Like, these ain't necessarily things you gotta worry about, like, if you walking. You know what I'm saying? And then I think even then they make them sign waivers and stuff. So yeah, I need to talk to an attorney and make sure that everything is on the up and up. Make sure that I'm covered.
Well, I get that. I understand that. If you're gonna do an official, actual gun club,
Right?
I get that. Yeah, instead of, like you said, just saying, "Oh, we're all gonna meet here one day." I get that.
Right.
Because I would expect to have some shirts and hats made up too.
we gonna do it. We gonna do it, and we gonna do it right. But in order to do it right, I don't want to be responsible, for some maniac doing something or some accident happening. It don't even necessarily have to be a maniac. An accident, you know what I'm saying? Somebody being irresponsible, point their gun the wrong way, somebody get hurt.
I get it. So, but still, I'm looking for a timeline because you said you're going to do all this, but again, what's the timeline?
I don't know.
Is it going to be like putting in that transmission?
Why you always got to bring up the transmission, man?
Okay, what about the moped?
It's the same as bringing up the transmission.
Are the trees still standing?
No, the trees is down.
Did they fall down by themselves?
No.
Oh well, okay. Because it seems like you'll kill a kitten, but faster before you get a gun club together. I'm just saying.
Oh.
But it's good talking to you, man. That's all I wanted.
Hey, it's good talking to you as well. I appreciate the call. All right. 513-717-5464. 717-5464. That's the number to get on board. Let's see. We gonna work on the gun club. We still on the waiting list for the swim club. Did I promise a swim club? That might be something we can work out. Well, I gotta start all the clubs. Why don't one of y'all start a club and I can join? You know what I'm saying? I gotta start all the damn clubs. Let's see. Nick says, I'm down with a gun club. I got my CCW and soon we'll take more classes just to learn more. All right. LaDonna want to know, is it worth all that? Yeah. Look, if you've never shot a gun before, I can understand. And, some people just, no, and it scares them, whatever. But that's why when people be talking about these Second Amendment people, I've shot before. I understand the fun in shooting. It's fun. It's actually fun. It just, like some people like to go ride bikes. Some people like to go bird watching. Some people, go gambling. Some people name whatever your hobby is. Whatever your hobby. Oh, I like to take pictures. That's a hobby. Why people want to take pictures? Taking pictures. That's just, some people like to tinker with stuff. Why are you tinkering with stuff? Some people like to shoot guns. It's something that's interesting and fun. Let's see. Da-da-da. Okay, I know, Brenda, this is not what you were talking about. You said AP, this Anthony Prosser, he was on the line. But that made me think about Florida. Florida. They're trying to make it illegal to teach AP African, is it African studies or African American studies? They're trying to make it illegal to teach African American studies. Like, what is the... To my white friends who are listening, look, there's nothing wrong with this. Y'all did some bad stuff back in the day. Y'all did some bad stuff back in the day. It is what it is. It's people gonna learn about it. Because all of the other stuff that goes along with African American studies, that's not what they concerned about. That's not what they concerned about. They're concerned about people hearing and learning about the bad part and people hearing and learning about the good part. Black people are allowed to feel good about being black. I know we're in a situation now where a lot of black people don't feel good about being black. I know. And part of that is because of the way we've been taught. And enough of us have bought into it that now we associate anything negative with being black. And we associate black people with negativity. But we're allowed to actually feel good about ourselves. And if we learn the true history of African Americans, I'm not even talking about going all the way back to the history of Africa. Just the true history of African Americans. And we hear that, learn that, and internalize that. There's no way you can feel bad about yourself for being black. At least I don't think so. I mean, I guess there's still some people who will. But there's nothing wrong with being black. And there's nothing wrong with learning the good and the bad. But in Florida, that's how they trying to get down. In Florida, that's how they trying to get down. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. I don't appreciate it. But the truth of the matter is, people are electing these people. All of these people are people who are being elected. Hold on, Renita says this week, what about the mayor's post about the residential tax abatement proposal creating 3 neighborhood tiers based on city criteria to target incentive towards communities that need investment the most? I don't know what this really means. I'll have to look into it because I don't know either. But I'll look into it. I'll do a little research on it tonight. Maybe we'll talk about that on Monday if we do The King and I. And people saying, like, what was it, man? I'm not sure if that's what he was saying, but I'm protesting. I don't get the feeling that he would be protesting about that. So I'm a guess he's talking about something else. But people need to vote. People need to vote. This is a part of why voting is important. People who don't agree with you, they're going out there voting. You should be represented as well. This is a result of people voting, putting someone in office, and these are his or their beliefs. They have an agenda. And this is the agenda. And then we look at it like, oh, that's just so wrong. Oh, that's just racist. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, it is. Because not enough people who view the world through that lens went out and voted. This stuff don't just happen. It don't just happen. People make it happen. People with certain beliefs make it happen. And they get in office because people who share those beliefs go out and vote in larger numbers than people who don't. They are all crooked, E-Man. Y'all don't focus on one side. Are they all trying to stop AP, African American Studies, from being taught in Florida? Or is that just one side? Like, were the Democrats like, hey, let's stop them from teaching AP African American Studies? And the Republicans was like, hey, let's stop them from teaching African American Studies. Or was that one side and maybe not the other? I'm not saying they're not all crooked, but they maybe not all crooked in the same way. It makes sense to me that if you sit two people in front of me and you tell me you gotta pick one of these people to whatever the thing is, you gotta pick one of these two people to manage your money. You gotta pick one of these people to work on your car. You gotta pick one of these two people to whatever it is. And you tell me, now just so you know, these are your two choices. They both crooked. But they both gonna take, a little extra money. But this one gonna sabotage your car in the process. Well, since they both crooked and it don't matter who I pick, I'm gonna pick the one that's not gonna sabotage my car. This one gonna skim 20% of your money. This one gonna skim 2% of your money. Hold on, I know this going in, and these are my only two choices. Yeah, but give me the one that's only gonna steal 2% of my money. If I got to choose, well, but they both crooked. But it's not crooked to the same degree, on the same level, about the same stuff. So I get it. They all crooked, but that's kind of burying your head in the sand and saying, well, they all crooked, so I'm going to go with the crooked one that don't want black people to learn African American studies and don't want white people to learn African American studies. As opposed to, well, this one ain't got no problem with learning African. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just that. It's so much other stuff. Here we go. They both sabotaging you in different ways. This one is taking 20% of my money. This one is taking 2% of my money. But they both taking your money. That's true. It's true. They both crooked. But the effects of this one is going to, be more detrimental than the effects of this one. They both crooked. I agree. Ben says, that's not true. Stop it. What's not true? What's not true? You're telling me that it's the Democrats in Florida who are against teaching AP African American Studies? That's the Democrats saying that. That's what you're saying. Come on. You can use that logic on some people. And if they both crooked, then why you be supporting those Republicans? Why you be riding for the Republicans if they both crooked? See, you want me to say, because, I tend to lean more on the Democratic side. You want me to be like, I ain't voting, they all crooked, while you go out and vote for Republicans, screaming, they all crooked, but I'm going to vote for Republicans. Stop it. I'm not falling for that. Some people might fall for that. I'm not falling for that. I'm not falling for that. Hold on. I guarantee you 4.5 million more people in this country, your economics are worse than if they were not here. I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that. Not exactly sure what you mean by that. Uh-oh, here we go. You done talked up the other Republican. What up, Jailbird? But Biden took money for play. Biden is that same crook that y'all were talking about Trump was. Like I said, class houses. I need you to be a little clear. What are you talking about? What money for play? What money for play are you talking about? They never have arguments, just talking points. Right. That's it. That's what they do. I'm going to assume you meant glass houses. Instead of y'all, I'm going to assume you meant y'all. So like you guys. But what money did Biden take for play? What crook were we talking about? Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I don't understand what you're talking about. And, you know, two wings, same bird. I actually kind of agree with that. It's true. But one wing flap a little more, just a little, towards benefiting black people in America. Or at the very least, a little less towards harming black people in America, like overtly. Yo, telephone service isn't working. It is working. I just took a call. It's working. 513-717-5464. Maybe you dialed the wrong number or you dialed the number wrong. But I legit just took a call from Anthony at 404. So it is working. Ross Freeman say they all the same. So they all want to, let's just look at Florida and what we're actually talking about. So they all want to stop AP African American Studies in Florida. That's what you're saying? They all want to do that? Again, y'all not fooling me. Y'all not fooling me. Y'all want me to be like, oh, they all the same. I'm not voting for none of them. While y'all vote for Republicans. Y'all not fooling me. Oh, my goodness. You still talking about the laptop? The laptop was real. Well, I'm sure he had a laptop. It's proven that, I'm assuming you mean Biden. I got to kind of translate as I read it. It's proven that Biden took money from a hunter. He is the big guy. What are you talking about? He gave access to what you're talking to the Ukrainian government, fitting for a hunter. Oh my goodness. You're right. You do have talking points. These are just talking points. I was watching Meet the Press. Chuck Todd was on. He was talking to, I don't remember who he was talking to. I think it was a Republican. And I believe he was a representative in the House of Representatives. And he asked him, like, y'all want to investigate Hunter Biden? what crime do you believe that Hunter Biden committed? And he said, it's a possibility that he may have committed a crime. They're not even looking at it saying he committed a crime and this is the crime that he committed. They just want to investigate because they know that looks bad on Joe Biden. Now, they didn't convince you that all kind of nonsense took place. And it may have. I can't say with 100% certainty that it hasn't. Look, I'm not, Joe Biden is Jesus. No. But they don't even have no proof that this stuff happened. They're not trying to investigate Joe Biden for committing crimes. They're trying to investigate his son, Hunter Biden, who's not a government official, for doing stuff that they don't even know is illegal. You don't believe me? Go and watch Meet the Press. You can go watch it for yourself. They asked him, Chuck Todd asked him point blank, what crime do you think Hunter Biden committed? Well, we want to investigate because there's a possibility that he may have committed some crimes. But what crime? They don't have anything. They want to investigate for the sake of investigating for political advantages. So that in 2024, they can say, Hunter Biden, his son is under investigation. And if his son is under investigation, it stands to reason that he used his influence to put his son in a position where he could have committed some potential crimes. That's it. And you run around talking about, no, it's a fact that he did. It ain't no fact. You believe it because they keep pushing it down your throat. And you keep relaxing your throat so that they can keep pushing stuff down your throat. And you just keep swallowing. But they don't have any facts. Let me see. Ross says, it is a fact. What is a fact? You can't just say it is a fact. What's a fact? Tell me the fact. Y'all can do that stuff with other people. But what is the fact? Hold on, I got a call coming in. Jason.
I'm gonna just go ahead and throw a no homo and a pause all over that relaxing your throat conversation, just for the record, cover it up. Did you get my emails? That was me. I'm sure you know that was me asking you about the shirt.
I didn't look. But no, I'll look as soon as the show is over. I kind of hold on. As a matter of fact, I can pull up my email right now. Hold on a second. What you sent this yesterday?
Yep.
Hold on. Yesterday.
Was it yesterday?
I think it was yesterday. Hold on. I'm looking. Who would it have come from?
Me. Literally, my email is my name.
Okay, hold on. I
Just
see
like
it.
yours.
I see it. I pulled it up right now. Okay, and I kind of like that. All right.
Thank you for not reading it on the air because I don't want nobody feeling that.
Yes. Okay. I will. Did you send me your a phone number or something that I can reach out to you, and I'll call you right after the show.
Okay. Well, not probably Monday because I'm on my way. I'm running errands right now.
Okay.
So I'm going to hit the barber shop, so I'm going to be unavailable for at least an hour or two.
Well,
but
I'll call you Monday.
All right, I'll shoot it to you. I got to go backwards in the show because I couldn't call because I was at work. I know people don't like to hear this, but the police are bullies, and unfortunately, when you have a bully, you have to stop that bully or show them that you're not going to be bullied, and that means response. Because, you know, what if one day you stalk somebody's mama in the face, and it's the right person's mama, and they do something to you? Like, you can't, somebody got to corral them before they get corralled, and then that makes the other people look bad, because then they'll say, oh, well, you retaliating against the police. You're not supposed to do that. Like, nah, they not supposed to be punching my mama or my sister or my daughter in the face. So I had to respond. And you can't, like, I couldn't imagine seeing a cop sock a female family member of mine in the face, and I just stand there like, oh, no, what did she do? Like, it's going to be, oh, no, I might get shot, but I'm going to at least hit him.
Well, that typically don't play out well.
It don't, but I mean, you can't control people's responses when they see stuff like that.
I would encourage you to be able to control your own response, because I don't know that you can benefit your mom or your sister or your whatever if you're dead.
That's true. I'm just not me. Well,
no, I'm saying just in general, you know.
And I got to rewind some more back to yesterday because I couldn't call. I got a phone call. Some of those dudes who do them shows, like the audit shows, I don't like them. Like, they do be out there to try to, like, poke and get the situation jumping, I guess, for likes or views. But, like, yesterday, dude tried to act like he ain't say nothing smart or he ain't getting no smart attitude, and then start getting condescending, the video guy. And I was like, but you did.
Wait,
I was watching it.
What did he say?
I agree with it.
Hold on, what did he...
Like, it was his tone. Like, I'm not saying you got to say, yes, sir, officer, no, sir, officer, and please, and all that. But, like, he started getting real confrontational. Like, he tried to keep saying, I'm going to be confrontational, but then you got something smart to say behind it.
Wait.
You poking.
Hold on, wait. I disagree. I vehemently disagree with you. He wasn't being confrontational at all. He was
poking.
No, he was asserting his rights, and I don't think that's confrontational.
It's the way he was talking. Like,
he was talking very calmly.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
He was talking very smart. Yeah, you're right. He was talking very, very calm and smartly. Like, he had the little sharp comments in there, and he wanted to keep talking. And just, like, it was, like, you poking. Like, you poking because you want a reaction. Like,
no, but hold on. I've never understood people who, and you might be able to give me some insight into this, right? So let's say I'm walking down the street minding my own business, and you approach me. I didn't approach you. You approached me, and you start asking me questions. And I tell you I don't want to talk to you. A lot of people would be like, why are you being so confrontational? Hold on. All I told you was I don't want to talk to you. I don't have to talk to you. But a lot of people, and you like when that officer approached him, telling him what he could and couldn't do, he knows that he has a right to do everything he was doing, even though the officer is telling him he does not have a right to do it. So what's the appropriate way to tell an officer who's trying to order you to not exercise your rights that you're going to exercise your rights?
I don't know. It was just his tone. Like, I can tell, like, you trying to, like, it's different. Like, if I come up to you and talk to you on the street and you say you don't want to talk to me, like, you're under no obligation to, like, the conversation can stop. Like, but almost in the aspect of, like, he is the cop. Like, what do you want, officer? Like,
because he doesn't.
If he gonna shoot him,
no, I
if
understand.
he gonna shoot him off, just shoot him off. Don't try to act like you ain't. Like, just shoot him off. Tell him to get beat. Like, don't try to be all condescending.
Oh my goodness! And
nice.
then, and if he did that, if he told him, "Get out of my face," you'd be like, "See, now he was trying to provoke him to do something."
Nah, I'd be like, cool. If that's how you feel. But he kept saying, like, I wasn't trying to do this. I wasn't trying. Oh, yes, you are. Like,
but he wasn't.
You're talking down and condescending. Like,
oh my goodness.
And I'm not on the officer side either. Like, if you can record, like, every court is different.
Right.
So
So
I know if you go.
Go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
If you go in the courts in Kentucky, once you hit them family court floors, you're not gonna have that phone out. They're gonna shuffle you out the door quick because it's all kind of signs because there's privacy at risk. Even outside, like you could be harassing somebody or trying to bully somebody. They're not gonna play that on that floor. Like you're not even gonna get the whole conversation. They just gonna come and shuffle you away.
Well,
Same for domestic violence.
Well, I would have to.
Like
I would
he
have
was
to
in
see
just
that.
the city quarters.
I would have to see that. But here's my question to you is: if everything he's doing is legal, which it was, and an officer approaches him about what he's doing that's legal, you're saying because he spoke in a calm tone to tell the officer, number one, the things that you're telling me to do that are illegal, I'm not doing. And the things that you're telling me that I can't do, that I know that I can, I'm gonna do. Other than that, what is the appropriate tone to take to assert your rights? That's the question. Because I'm gonna have to deal with this, and I don't want to, people to be looking at me like, oh, he's a smart ass because the police told me you're not allowed to be here, and I'm like, I'm very much allowed to be here. Oh, see, he been a smart ass. So what is the appropriate tone to take to assert your rights?
I mean, he can take whatever tone he wants. I took issue when he tried to lie and act like he wasn't being a smart ass. Like, some of the stuff he said, like, okay, like, this is the rule, officer. And then they get the name calling. Like, why stoop to the officer's level and start name calling and then try to act like you wasn't going to participate in that. Once you dive in the dirt, you can't say I ain't dirty.
What did he do?
Well, I don't remember what names they called each other. Didn't the cop call him a loser and then he called him an asshat or something?
No, that wasn't the cop. That was the lawyer called him a loser, and then he told the lawyer that he was a bootlicker. But that wasn't, he didn't say any of that to the cop. That was him talking to that lawyer.
Why you have to dig down in the dirt? Why couldn't he just tell him, I'm exercising my rights, sir? I don't want to get into a confrontation with you.
He did, and then the dude called him a loser, and so he called him a bootlicker.
So he dove in the dirt. Don't dive in the dirt. If you out there,
I don't know if I agree that that's diving in the dirt.
Because you don't have to. Why you gotta sully your hands? If you really out there to educate people, why not just say like, okay, I'm just here to do an educational video. Here for confrontation. After that, the dude, you can make an asshole of yourself if you want, but now I really just cut you because I told you I'm not here for that.
See, look, he could do that. I don't think I would do that. And so you're saying that if you're out there and you're doing nothing wrong and someone, calls you a name or challenges you, you're wrong for responding.
No. You can respond, but why, if I'm making an educational video, like, why can't I would just tell him, like, I'm here to make this video. I'm not here to go round and round with you.
But he did that. Remember when the dude...
Then the lawyer said he was a loser, and then I would have walked away. Like, there's nothing else for us to talk about. Like,
okay, well...
I told you why I'm here, and you want to call me a loser? Like, cool. Like, so to be you, that's your life, but okay.
So you believe that he should just allow himself to get stepped on, and like when the cop is telling him what to do, he should be like, yes, sir, I won't do that, and
No.
whatever.
I didn't say you should be like, yes, sir, and all that. I just said, like, when he was going around with the cop, he started getting a little smart.
What?
He started getting a little lippy.
What did he say? What did he do? That's what I'm trying to understand.
It was how he said it. It was the tones he started taking. I know you heard it.
He used a calm tone the entire time. I'm really trying to understand what tone should you take when someone is attempting to violate your rights? What's the appropriate tone?
I don't know if there is an appropriate tone, but you don't have to be. I'm not gonna switch my tone. However we start talking, that's how we gonna continue to talk.
That's what he did. Okay.
He started throwing little comments. And he remained calm, but he started talking lip. But
oh my goodness!
I see we're gonna have to come to the conclusion that we're gonna have to agree to disagree.
No, I can't agree to disagree because I don't even understand what you're saying that he did wrong. That's why I keep asking you, what is the appropriate tone? Somebody comes up to you trying to tell you that you don't have a right to do what it is that you know you have a right to do. And you calmly tell them, sir, I have a right to do this. And you're telling me I can't do that, but I'm telling you I have a right to do that as well. You say that's being lippy. And that's having, being, whatever.
No, not that part. It was further in the video.
What did he say?
We not watching the video, so I can I'm not you. I don't have the video to start. I can't point it out here. He's about to get really his tone's about to swap.
His tone didn't change the whole video. And that's what
The way he was talking.
I
guess I shouldn't say tone. The way he was talking, you could tell, it just got under my skin a little bit. And no, I'm not pro cop. I don't too much care.
You just are against. You're just against citizens standing up for their rights when cops tell them they don't have them.
No, because I like watching them videos, some of them, but it's the ones where they you don't have to get down with them like that. If you really are about that action and this is what you're doing, he could have bust paperwork out on him. Here go your statute, here go your rule, here's the law. I have this on paper.
He told him the law. He told him there is no expectation of privacy in public. That is a public office. I have a right to go in there. And you saying that's being lippy. So if I know if he would have pulled out a law and said that, you'd have been like, see how he was being.
Oh no, I'd have been like, got him with paper proof. Now he can't say nothing. How many cops gonna listen to you when you tell them the law and they think they're the law?
I'm really confused. Again, all I want to know is what is the appropriate tone to take when asserting your rights?
He was being a smart ass. I could hear it in his tone or his voice, his demeanor, his whole thing. It just was you. The only thing I agree with on the cop is you just making your video spicy. That's the only thing you doing. Because I done seen these videos where they shut cops down, completely shut them down, but didn't get smarter, none of that.
I'm in trouble.
Officer, this is the law. Call your supervisor. And I'm not going to talk to you until your supervisor comes.
Okay.
The cop continued to talk. Is your supervisor here yet? I didn't see you call him.
Okay. All right.
I'm just saying.
All right, Jason.
I don't want you to go out there and get a baton upside the head.
I'm in trouble.
Decided to get lippy.
Look, I'm in trouble because if I talk to a law enforcement official the way that guy talked to a law enforcement official, and you think that's being lippy, I'm in big.
Smart. Maybe I just didn't like you.
I'm in big trouble. I'm in big trouble.
All right, stop. Everybody know who Emanuel Livingston is in this area.
No,
if they don't know your face, they know your voice.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. You was on the buzz for 50 years. They know that voice. As soon as you say I'm here to make a video, they're gonna start looking around like that's Emanuel.
No, they don't.
So
no, they don't.
Video and leave.
No, they don't. But
unless you go somewhere like I don't know, Indian Hills Court or
I'll be up there too.
Lebanon.
I'll be up there too. But hey, Jason,
they might not know you.
Jason, I appreciate your call. All right. Have a good one.
Yep.
I am in trouble, y'all. See, y'all, this is why I have to, it's a process. Trying to work with the mindset. If you watched that video yesterday, Sean, Long Island Olive, Sean was calm the entire time. He didn't raise his voice. He asserted his rights. That's all he did. At one point, he did tell the cop he was being a tyrant because the cop was being a tyrant. Somebody telling you that somebody telling you that you can't do what you know you're allowed to do and threatening to arrest you if you do it. That's being a tyrant. And if calmly saying, no, that's perfectly legal, is being lippy. And he couldn't tell me what's the appropriate tone to assert your rights. What is the appropriate tone to assert your rights? Yes, boss, I want it. I don't understand. Well, no, you don't want him to say, sir. You ain't got to say all of that. All he said was, no, that's a public office, and I'm allowed to be in that public office. There's no expectation of privacy in public. See, he being a smart ass. Oh, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. Hold on a second, Wyatt. I asked, what's the fact? Because Ross Freeman said, it's a fact. And I said, what fact? Here is the facts. Ukrainian collusion, China collusion, and tax fraud. That's a fact. Let me put it in a sentence. Emanuel, Ukrainian collusion is a fact. What does that mean? Hold on. Emanuel, China collusion is a fact. What does that mean? Emanuel, tax fraud is a fact. I'm not sure those are facts. I'm not sure those are facts. Collusion with Ukrainians exists, but Ukraine collusion is not a fact. Collusion with China exists, but China collusion is not a fact. Tax fraud exists, but tax fraud is not a fact. So when I say, like, what facts, you should actually give me some facts. Hold on, let me try it. I think I got one. A fact. You ready? Water. Air. It's a fact. Huh? What? Cars. It's a fact. Those aren't facts. I'm just naming shit. Those aren't facts. School. Fact. It's not a fact. I just named shit. So, if you're telling me it's a fact, at least give me a fact. All right. Wyatt says, you have my business cell number. You're going to need it if you think you can film in public buildings. Wyatt, why? Why? Of course you can film in public buildings. Of course you can. But I agree with you. I will need that number. I will need to use it because I'll probably need to be bailed out of jail because there are so many people that truly don't believe you're allowed to film in public. I'm going to be in trouble. I'm going to be in trouble. Let's see. Yeah, we got about 10 more minutes. Wyatt is going to come on. I want to go through these messages and all of that kind of stuff. I'll do. But I did have two other things that I wanted to discuss, and I might only be able to get to one of them. I'm trying to think of which one should I get to. I'll let y'all decide. All right. I have a story. About some guy who said some bad stuff and people want him canceled. They want him fired from his job. They want him canceled. And maybe he should be canceled, maybe not. So that's one story. And I kind of want to talk about that. Story number 2, which ain't really a story. I don't know how many of y'all listen to the Lincoln Ware Show. But at the end of the Lincoln Ware Show, after the show had went off, he talked about this voicemail that he gets like every day from this guy, he says, out of Chicago. And he would never play the voicemail for y'all. I don't have a voicemail. But I can kind of tell y'all how those voicemails go. So, which of those? The guy who they want canceled or Lincoln Ware's voicemail? Y'all decide. Canceled guy Lincoln Ware's voicemail guy. Canceled guy, Lincoln Ware's voicemail guy. Voicemail or I don't have time for both. I don't have time for both. I might have time for both. But I got to start with one. And y'all wasting time not voting. Lady K want the voicemail. Renita want the voicemail. 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 Which one is juicy? Voicemail. Janice just got questions. Lincoln. Voicemail. Start with the voicemail. All right. Let's start with the voicemail. Looks like the voicemail one. All right. So there is this guy who calls Lincoln Ware. And I was saying on the Lincoln Ware on his chat, like this dude, he cuss more than you can imagine. Like I think he know more cuss words than I know words. And he used them all to give Lincoln the business. So every day, and when he starts his voicemails, they start like he's in the middle of a conversation. And like his delivery is like really dry and kind of matter of fact. But they pretty much all start off like this. Hey, Lincoln, you stupid motherfucker. That's the way almost all of them start. Almost all of them start, hey, Lincoln, you stupid motherfucker. Just about all of them. And then he goes from there. And he go in on Lincoln like you wouldn't believe. I think he sits and he watches the show and he takes notes of the show because he do like a full rundown of the show to tell Lincoln how dumb he is and all of that kind of stuff. Like, it really is. It's wild. And I remember first time I heard it, Lincoln, me and Lincoln's offices were right next to each other. And we always keep the doors open. So Lincoln was checking his voicemail one day. And I hear, hey, Lincoln, you stupid motherfucker. And I hear delete. Because, you know, you just, I think it's star D or star 2 or whatever, and you delete. And I'm like, Lincoln just deleted the mail. Like, what does that do? And so I went and asked Lincoln about it. And Lincoln, then there's some guy, he call in every day. He's a punk. He a punk. He call in every day, and he got all this stuff to say. And I don't want to listen to that stuff. I'm like, calm down, Lincoln. Calm down, calm down, calm down. I just heard that. I was just asking the question. The next day, I hear, hey, Lincoln, you stupid motherfucker. Delete. So I say, Lincoln, you got to let me hear one of those mails. You got to let me hear one of those voicemails. So the next day, I hear him in there. He checking his voicemail. The guy comes up. I go running. Like, don't delete it. Don't delete it. And the guy just go all the way in. Hey, Lincoln, you stupid motherfucker. You're probably sucking that white man dick, ain't you? You dumb motherfucker. How the fuck you gonna say that? I mean, and he is going and going and going. How the fuck a dumb motherfucker like you get a goddamn show anyway, motherfucker? You and I'm like, oh my God. And he uses up the entire time of the message, and then he'll call back to finish what he got to say if he not done. Every day. Well, I ain't really thinking nothing of it. Lincoln goes ahead and he deletes it. And I'm like, okay, I understand why you would delete that. Well, one day, I look up. I got a voicemail. No number or nothing. I check it. And the dude is like, hey, Emanuel. I take a page from Lincoln. Delete. I delete it. I didn't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? But of course, Lincoln office is right next to mine. And Lincoln come running over. Oh, why you delete it? Why you delete it? You wanted me to listen to it. Why don't you listen to it? Next day, I hear Emanuel. And here come Lincoln. No, let it play. Let it play. No, I deleted. So the next day, I wasn't, it was there. And I say, Lincoln, I got a message from that dude again. And Lincoln is happy. Play it. Now I want to hear it. Play the message. I want to hear it. I'm like, I don't know that you really want to hear this, Lincoln. No, I want to hear it. I want to hear it. And of course, I had already listened to it. He wasn't there. I listened to it. Lincoln, I don't think you want to hear this. No, play the message. Play the message. See? And you don't want to play. Okay, Lincoln. I'll play the message. Play the message. Hey, Emanuel, that Lincoln is a dumb motherfucker. I don't know why that motherfucker. The whole message was about Lincoln. And Lincoln, no, just delete it. Just delete it. I'm like, nope. You wanted to hear it? You got to hear it. So he go out and he go into his office and he closed the door. I turn it up so he can hear it through the walls. I hear him turn up his TV. Well, I got some speakers, or at least, I had some speakers, some nice Roland. I don't remember the model number, but they was good and loud. I turned them bad boys up, put that message back on. That Lincoln Ware is a dumb motherfucker. I bet he let them white boys fuck him up the ass. I mean, he goes in, y'all. Like, he go in like it kind of ain't fair. But Lincoln wanted to hear it. So I turned it on. I turned it up. Lincoln gonna get up and go out of his office and go running down the hall because he don't want to hear it. It was the funniest thing in the world. Lincoln will never, ever, ever let y'all hear that man's voicemails. Ever. But dude be going in on, and he started calling me every day to cuss Lincoln out. And I would delete him. He don't just cuss Lincoln out. He cuss out the callers on the show. Like if somebody call in and say something stupid, then that dumb bitch. Why the fuck that dumb bitch was on me? Lincoln's dumb ass should have hung up on that. And I'll be like, oh my God, this dude is going bonkers. But he goes 100%. He give Lincoln the business. So I'm not mad at Lincoln for deleting the voicemails, but he wanted to hear it. So I was going to make sure he heard it, but oh my God. And Lincoln gets so mad. He gets so mad. Like he hit that, I think it's *2 or *3, whatever the D is, *3. He hits that thing. He hit it so hard. He wanted to delete that message. Oh my God. And the dude, and again, he start off every conversation like he in the middle of a conversation, like he was talking to somebody, and he just like, oh, and by the way, Lincoln, you dumb motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? He go 100% crazy. 100% crazy. But, okay, anyway, that's that. Somebody said it might be harassment. It is definitely harassment. It is definitely harassment. 100% harassment. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. It's 100% harassment. So I understand why Lincoln deletes them and don't listen to them. But y'all was talking about, why don't you let us hear one? He is never going to let y'all hear that man's messages. It's never going to happen. Ever. All right. And then, see, I'm out of time, y'all. I'm out of time. And when they call in to producers, some of them always felt like sharing their whole life story. Yes. Yes. Tina wants to know, did y'all have him blocked? He calls in from a private number. Like a blocked number. So you kind of can't block him. Because there's no number to block. But he calls in every time, I think every voicemail, he starts with, hey, Lincoln, you dumb motherfucker. And it goes downhill from there, and you wouldn't think it could go downhill. He accuses Lincoln of some of the worst stuff that you could ever hear. And I'll be like, I ain't mad at Lincoln. I wouldn't listen to that either. I wouldn't listen to that either. And Lincoln is not gonna play that. And I do have a feeling that if certain people, I'm not gonna say no names, had my number, that's what it would be. I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna go, because I know I gotta make room for Wyatt. Y'all be laughing about certain stuff. But I'm telling y'all, look, when I worked at the radio station, There was a young lady that worked there that at some point, and I don't know if you remember this or know about this, but at some point she went home. She worked in radio. She went home and found somebody in her bed. Some fan in her bed. She had to call police. Another time she went home and what was it? I don't know if you remember, but it was another time when she found another dude in her house. So when these people be like stalking you, like y'all be laughing like, I be serious in the mug. I be serious in the mug. Like some of this stuff is like the setup scenes to every stalker movie you ever seen where somebody ended up dead. Some of this stuff is you know what I'm saying? I mean, really, imagine it. You post, Will says, I remember he was asleep in her bed. I'm not making this up. It's true. This stuff happens here in Cincinnati. With fans. And there are certain signs, and especially with social media. Like I told y'all, if I post something and look up and 3 minutes later I go to that post and there are 12 messages from the same person, basically having an argument with himself as me, and then I go through all my posts and I see like 12, 13, 14, and with no response, that begins to raise antenna like, whoa, hold on. This is abnormal. And I know what people do. So y'all be laughing like, kiki. And I'm like, no, kiki. If you look up and something done happened to me, or if you look up and something done happened to somebody else, because then it's gonna be, y'all gonna be, oh, we so sorry that happened to you. Y'all was encouraging that shit by kikiing about it. Some of this stuff be serious. Some of this stuff be serious. Like, look, I can take a joke. I don't mind that at all. And normal, you know what I'm saying? I don't care if you send me 1,000 messages when I'm on air. I'm on air, you know, that's interaction. But you post something and then you got 30, 35 arguments with no response. And this is the only person, this only been like 3 minutes. You're like, what the? So y'all laughing about it, but it could be serious. It might not be. But who want to take that chance? Who want to take that chance? No, I had a gun long before that. Will says, sometimes they will. Lincoln was physically assaulted by one of the callers years ago at the gas station. Black Jesus. Again, just a guy who was upset. I still tease Lincoln about getting his ass beat, because that's all over. But, no, that stuff is serious. It's serious. And it might be done in fun, but when you've seen some of the stuff that we've seen, you begin to, you know what I'm saying, look at signs and stuff. And you begin to notice abnormal stuff. I'm just saying. I know y'all don't mean no harm, because you know what I'm saying, you never experienced hearing your coworker talk about coming home and her stalker being in her bed and seeing other things like that. Like, I've been stalked before. Me. I wasn't even an on-air personality when I got stalked. And it began with somebody obsessing. And you like, you know what I'm saying? At first you like, oh, you know, it's funny, whatever. But then you realize like, hold on, this ain't funny. No. I'm not talking about that dude. That dude, like in Chicago, he just call and cuss Lincoln out every day. I'm not talking about that dude. Lincoln ain't worried about that dude. That dude ain't doing nothing. I'm talking about the person stalking me that y'all laughing about. I've experienced it before. They had to put a picture of the dude up in the lobby. Like, if this dude come around, he sent out death threats and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, I got death threats. I got death threats. So, yeah, when I be telling y'all that somebody is stalking virtually, because that's the new thing now. You can just do it virtually. But all right, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring everything down. I didn't mean to bring it down, but I didn't. I didn't mean to bring everybody down. I just want y'all to realize this. It's serious. It's serious. Or at least it should be taken. It might actually just be a joke. But when I see signs, I'll start taking stuff serious. So I'm just letting y'all know. I'm just letting y'all know. Janice says, I had some profane text messages years ago. I texted them, didn't know who it was, and told them to cease and desist. Then I called the police and gave them the number. It stopped. The police called and gave me a report, and they had warned the individual. Okay. That's why I told y'all, really, and hopefully it'll stop. But and it hasn't been the case in the past couple days since I brought it up. But if you look at my page and you see the same person, I have no problem saying who it is. And you see the same person, Ross Freeman, sending 30, 40 responses to like the most simple of posts. It's disconcerting. Somebody said, what was the other story? Hold on. The other story, I'm going to try to get it in real quick. Wayman Wesley. He's a prosecutor in Houston. But people are trying to get him fired. He's a black man. Hold on, let me see if I can do this. I should be able to show y'all. Let me see. Go here. Let me see. Okay. Wayman Wesley. He made some remarks like 7 years ago. About dark-skinned black women. Wayman Wesley, he's the assistant district attorney in Houston. And apparently some years ago, he made texts. One post included cropping a dark-skinned black woman out of a picture with a lighter-skinned black woman and commenting that the former messed up the picture. Other tweets included, dark-skinned hoes got no love from me. Light skin can do no wrong. And all light-skinned goddesses deserve breakfast in bed this cold-ass morning. You dark-skinned hoes should be out shoveling. Apparently, there was a lot of things that he did. A lot of those posts. Well, now that he's working as an assistant DA, people want him fired. People want him removed. He says, y'all can see it, to those I've hurt with my past tweets that have resurfaced, I'm deeply sorry. That was a moment in my life where I was sick in more ways than one. Cooking saved me. He turned himself to Chef, whatever his last name is. You have watched a flawed man heal. I will continue to heal and learn. Thanks for being along for the journey. And of course, sisters is like, oh, hell no. You don't get to just say my bad. They say here, dark-skinned women don't exist to be part of someone's healing journey. Wesley's disgusting words should have real, tangible repercussions, especially because now he is in a position of power. If he treats dark-skinned people this poorly online, just imagine how he will treat them in a court of law. Now, the district attorney, Kim Ogg, she says he's a changed man. Wayman Wesley joined our office in March of 2021. We recently learned the comments that he made on social media posts nearly 7 years ago. These posts were inappropriate and offensive and do not reflect my values or those of the Harris County District Attorney's Office. Mr. Wesley has explained that these posts came during a period in which he was struggling with serious personal issues, including alcohol addiction. Prior to joining our office, Mr. Wesley went through treatment and has worked with the State Bar of Texas to resolve his issue. His recovery is ongoing. I'm a believer in second chances, and Mr. Wesley has conducted himself professionally since joining our staff. I'm confident that will continue. And of course, they questioned would he receive the same support from the district attorney if he had made offensive remarks about white women or any other group of women for that matter. Just think if he was talking about Jewish people. Think about if they unearthed some comments from 7 years ago where he was talking negatively about Jewish people. The fact that Wesley won't face consequences for his behavior serves as a sad reminder we live in a society that will continue to disregard the humanity of black women. All right. Just curious. Y'all agree this dude should lose his job? Should he lose his job? Let's see. That's a wrap. He will never be able to run from saying that. That's crazy. Should he lose his job? The question becomes, for some people, are you what you've done? 7 years ago, he said these things, and at some point, do we believe that people can change or no? Or are we like, there are certain things he might have changed, but there are certain things that we can't look past. What's his job? Again, he is the assistant district attorney in Houston. The assistant district attorney in Houston. Will says protect our women. No, that's BS. He knows what he said and how it would make a black woman feel, but that's past tense. He said that 7 years ago. Would you like to be held to everything that you said, thought, and felt 7 years ago? LaDonna says he meant that. All right. Sierra says he can go be healed in a different job. Assistant DA is too powerful and requires more integrity. People can change, but should not be in that position. Nat says he's married to an Asian or Latina woman now, I believe. Oh, he shouldn't have that position. He's going to prosecute the heck out of dark-skinned women. All y'all going to jail. Look, I agree with y'all. I don't think he should have a job. because of all of the stuff that y'all saying. But I do, at the same time, weighing that against different things. There's no excuse. But 7 years ago, there's a good chance I might have said some bad stuff about some people. And then I go get a job. I don't feel that way no more. You know what I'm saying? Some dark-skinned woman hurt me. She hurt me, like, bad. And you know how some people do. They take it out on, everybody in that group. He dealt with it. He healed. He's healing. We still should hold that against him. How long do we hold it against him? Is he never eligible, like, for a position of power? What if in his work he shows a lack of bias? Do we ever say, okay, we believe he can be fair in spite of how he felt back then? I did not say bad stuff. I just told the truth. People can look at my page and see. Lady K says, I need the backstory. I need more details before I say anything else. All right. Well, maybe we'll touch on it again another day. Maybe we'll touch on it again another day. Y'all, I got to run. I know it's like 15 minutes after. I'm off in Wyatt's time. My bad, Wyatt. My bad. I need to get ready to get out of here. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Touch the story. We don't touch on the story. Get your mind out the gutter. Not life or death, bond or free. Why take a chance? He can change in life, but he shouldn't be able to risk others' lives. All right. Yeah, I got to get ready to get out of here, get my weekend started, which is a whole lot of doing nothing. But I get to sit down and do nothing for a couple days. Well, for one day. I'm always busy on Sunday. I get to sit down and do nothing. Will you and Wyatt be together on Monday? I'll call him and see, and if his schedule works out and my schedule works out and I'm not in jail, Facebook jail, I have to be real clear about that, not jail, but Facebook jail, then I don't see why not. I actually like doing the show with Wyatt, and I want y'all to go check him out. He's probably on right now, all right? So check him out. As always, I hope something amazing happens to you this weekend, something life-changing. Hit the lottery or something. I don't know. Whatever would change your life. You find the perfect man or the perfect woman, the perfect house. You get approved for that loan, or you just find the money to pay for it outright, or, whatever. I hope something life-changing happens to you this weekend, all right? It's been the Afternoon Experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. Until next time, I'm out, y'all. Peace.